It feels like the players got immunity here, which I don't understand, but it feels like if you're like, what do you do? Suspend the entire Astros? And then what do you do? Is it a death penalty for the Astros that you suspend everybody for a year who's on the roster? I don't. It would be difficult to have a witch hunt like that. Now, I'm sure that the commissioner has an idea, who are the ringleaders here. And if you want to vacate that title, I'm fine with that. But Bill Plaschke wrote a column in the LA Times, and he's playing to the home crowd here and saying the Dodgers should get that. That's not how it works when you vacate. When Reggie Bush had to give back his Heisman, Vince Young didn't step up and go, hey, can I give my Heisman speech? Now, some of us thought that Vince Young should have gotten the award if that was the case, but you vacate it. You don't pass it on to somebody else. And as much as the Dodgers feel like they got screwed here, or the Yankees feel like that, if you want to vacate it, vacate it. I send a message. And the reason why the Astros got this punishment, and I don't think it was as strong as I thought it was going to be. Now, you might say, boy, that's a lot of money in draft picks, but they didn't fire the manager and the GM. The Astros fired the manager and the GM. If I'm Major League Baseball and you knew that there was this type of cheating, I would have given you a lifetime ban. Because you had been warned a year earlier that baseball was not going to tolerate this. And then you go and do it. And if you have a manager who said, look, I knew they were doing it. I tried to stop it. I didn't do enough to stop it. You're the manager. The manager says, we're not doing this anymore. There will not be a monitor here. I can't be a part of this. This is not who I am. This is not how we play. Okay, did he destroy 2 monitors? Okay, and then who put the monitor up then after that? Doesn't he have any power in the locker room to say, guys, we can't do this. We're better than this. We got Hall of Famers on this roster. We don't cheat. But you can't tell me, I knew what they were doing, I didn't do enough to stop it. That doesn't fly with me. And then a GM who says, hey, I didn't know anything about it. Okay. But I still think that there's going to be some more details that come out about this. And then, are players singled out? Do we find out that this particular at-bat, this particular home run, that was driven by cheating? And was it in the World Series? Was it in a big moment? I don't think the commissioner revisits this. But then it'll be up to, baseball to just attach an asterisk by this with the Astros, which they will. Yeah, Paul.
There is some history of a winner in a sport being stripped and the second-place winner getting the award. 1988, Ben Johnson beat Carl Lewis in the 100-meter finals. 3 days later, Ben Johnson tested positive for steroids. His medal was stripped from him, and it was awarded, both physically and in every sense of the word, to Carl Lewis. And Carl Lewis actually was given the new Olympic record for his 100-meter dash. But that was only 3 days. It wasn't 3 years. They could rectify that. Both men were still on the property. Carl Lewis was still in the building, and he could get his award. If they found out that a team cheats 3 years later, it's much more difficult. Reggie Bush was many years later.
Yes,
and it seems like things where it's a race, it's so much more straightforward. Yeah. Whoever came in second, you still came in second. With baseball or football, basketball, there's so many different variables about, you don't really know. Maybe the Astros still would have won if they weren't cheating. You really have no idea. But in a race, it's just who's in first, who's in second.
And that's why I can't just give it to the Dodgers. I would just leave it empty and let people ask about this and remind people about this, about cheating. There's a certain element to cheating that we're okay with. But if you're going to use Apple Watches, you're going to use cameras in the center field, you're going to be, almost spying. Like, this is clandestine. And then you're going to, there were things where you'd step off second base and how you stepped off second base. It wasn't just banging the drum. I still think the commissioner should have used a drum to hand out the punishments. And you're going to lose 1 first-round draft pick, boom. 2 first-round, boom. 1 year suspension, boom.
That would be entertaining. Who would not love that other than Astro-related people?
How do you feel as an Astro fan?
I think they got what they deserved, and I really like A.J. Hinch, and it's great that the Astros finally won a World Series after all these years, but based on everything that came out...
Is it tainted?
Yes.
Should there be an asterisk by this?
Yes.
Should it be vacated?
No. I know those sound contradictory. Maybe it's more like I don't think they will. It's, you can't turn, you don't know what would have happened or what wouldn't have happened. I wouldn't strip them of the title, but the very fact that a lot of people around baseball and in sports in general are going to see that as a tainted title, and that, they're already making shirts that say Houston asterisks and everything.
Todd, you said them. It used to be us. You would say us with the Astros.
We got the punishment we deserved, but we should still be the
It felt like you were moving on quickly there.
I'm still an Astro fan. I'm very disappointed.
Like them cheaters. Yeah, Paulie.
Todd, which bothers you more, that your Houston Astros are rampant cheaters, or that you didn't think of Houston asterisks first before someone else on the internet did?
Definitely that I didn't think of the Houston Astros.
I know, I'm pretty bummed about
That's
it.
going to stick with me.
Damn, that's funny.
Yeah, it's a good one.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV. Stream for free on BR Live or download the Dan Patrick Show app.